Good afternoon, everyone. It is an honor itself to honor the eminent dignitaries and the august gathering who have gathered on this online platform. I, Pratibha Garg, Assistant Professor, Army Institute of Education, Greater Noida, affiliated to Guru Gobind Singh Indraprastha University, Delhi, and convener of the FTP, welcome you all on behalf of whole AI family in the first session of the one-week online faculty development program. Before we start the first session of this week, on a one-week online FTP, let me first acknowledge the presence of various eminent dignitaries who are participating in this FTP. Sir, you will be glad to know that we have more than 1600 participants who have joined us for this FTP through YouTube. A number of honorable principals of various army public schools, many teacher educators, and a large number of school teachers have also joined us for this program. We all are indeed delighted and honored by the presence of Professor Dr. Dhananjay Joshi sir on this occasion. I heartily welcome you sir in this inaugural session of this one-week online FTP. The mysterious cosmic energy that is the foundation of all the things and all the beings of the entire universe. It is the eternal song of the divine. So we will start this inaugural session of the FDP with Om Ucharan. Over to you, Manoj sir. Don't tell you what to do. They show you. With this, I invite Dr. Tanya Gupta, Principal AIE, to formally welcome the esteemed guests and to throw some light on the objectives of this one-week online faculty development program. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Ms. Pratibha Garg, ma'am, the convener of the one-week online faculty development program. I am honored by the esteemed presence of the Dean, University School of Education, respectable, most revered Professor Dr. Dhananjay Joshi, sir, who has very kindly consented to inaugurate this one-week online faculty program organized by the Army Institute of Education, which is affiliated to Guru Gobind Singh Indraprastha University, New Delhi, since 2003. And welcome to all the participants, the 1600 participants who have enthusiastically registered and I will say are looking forward to learn and self-improvement, especially in these challenging times of the COVID-19. As teaching fraternity, we have all been on the job as COVID warriors. We are no less. The ministry has also acknowledged us as COVID warriors. We are all contributing in our own very ways, whether we are at the school or we are at the college or the university level teaching. My great appreciation and my welcome to all the participants who have joined us through the YouTube. A warm welcome to our very old dear Army Public School principals, the esteemed coordinators and the teachers, and our principals of the affiliated colleges of Guru Gobind Singh Indraprastha University, the faculty, as well as of the other universities. We have with us for the inaugural session Professor Dr. Dhananjay Joshi, sir, Dean University School of Education, who has been one of the founding faculties when this University School of education was, incepted way back in 2003. Personally, I'm greatly encouraged by his vision, his passion, his determination, and as much as I can add would be less. And he is an excellent orator, an excellent poet, an excellent writer, and a wonderful person. And perhaps that's what takes him so far, being being recognized by prestigious awards by the government of India, and many, many more things to his credit, which I'm sure the convener of this program will highlight when she introduces him formally. Welcome on board, sir. Thank you so much for joining us today. बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया सर आपका. And now coming on to this 1 week online FDP that we are organizing at the Army Institute of Education. It is on the education and resilience during COVID-19 and beyond. My dear colleagues, my dear research scholars also who are working as GRFs in different universities, as I see from the list, we all are undergoing challenging times. But as teaching fraternity, we know that the COVID-19 has posed us immense opportunities as well as challenges in education. However, as educators, we need to keep reinventing the wheel. We need to explore, we need to experiment and engage and remain enthused to endeavor to work for the betterment of our children. With this objective in mind, we have organized a 1 week online faculty development program which commences today, the 16th of December, and shall continue till the 23rd of December from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m., where we look forward to understand various aspects on education and resilience during COVID-19 and beyond. And I'm sure by the academia who will be on board, we are all going to enhance our knowledge, our attitude, as well as our skills on understanding the various innovative practices in education which we can adopt during these times of uncertainty. So let's have this tremendous learning opportunity. We all get engaged, and we'll keep looking forward for your posts on the chat box. Please feel free to give us your feedback, your own views and understanding on the various sub-themes, and we'll gladly connect it to the keynote speaker of every session. Undoubtedly, this FDP will help us become more inclusive and qualitative practitioners in education. The broad themes that we are going to cover during these 7 days, you have already read in the as registered participants in the brochure. I will not take much time. But yes, today, when we start with the inaugural, you know that for every kind of action that we must take, we must plan. Because if we fail to plan, we are certainly planning to fail. And therefore, the first session that we bring to you, none other than a very versatile academician, a very respectable Professor Dhananjay Joshi, Sir, Dean, University School of Education, who will be today deliberating in the first session on education planning in the times of uncertainty. I welcome once again on behalf of the management of Army Institute of Education, my worthy colleagues, as well as my very, very dear student teachers, to our Dean for this first session, for gracing here and kindly accepting our invite. Thank you so much. Welcome on board, sir. Over to you, Ms. Pratibha Garg.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Anya ji.
If your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader, who is none other than Professor Dr. Dhananjay Joshi, sir, the Dean, University School of Education, Guru Gobind Singh, Indraprastha University, Delhi. Sir is currently Dean and Professor of Education in GGSIP University, New Delhi. He has been Professor, Associate Professor, and Reader in the same university. He is one of the founding faculty members of University School of Education, GGSIP University, Delhi, since its inception in 2008. He has been associated with various universities and reputed institutions including MHRD, UGC, NCTE, IGNOU, Zamia Millia, Delhi University, SCRT, NIOS, and many other government organizations. He has been felicitated by many literary and cultural organizations, including prestigious Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan Memorial Award 2008 in the field of education. He has also received prestigious Bharat Ratna APJ Abdul Kalam National Youth Icon Award 2018, Dwarka Srijan Shri Award 2018, Abhimanch Sahitya Puraskar Sanskrit and Hindi Academy Awards, and many others in his credits. Sir is going to enlighten us on the topic educational planning in the times of uncertainty. After the end of the session, we will be having the question answer round. So do post your questions in the chat box and sir will be answering your queries after his talk. A link for the feedback form will be provided at the end of the session. So do fill your feedback through that link. I will not take much time now and request sir to please take over for his session. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Pratibha Gargji, for giving this very, very deliberately, I can say, this kind of honor, and because you all are my well-wisher, so you have given thoroughly. I'm not deserving so many things, but maybe you have taken from university website. So there is a compulsory protocol to to write something about ourselves. So I have you must have taken from there. Do recognize that small work we are doing. First of all, I take my privilege, and at the same time I apologize the whole audience and as well as organizers of AI, especially very well my colleague and very able administrator, Dr. Tanya Gupta ji, who is philanthropist and educationist and a very sober human being. And under her able guidance, AI is touching the skies, and I feel that sky is the only limit for AI. Since the inception of AI, when it was in Delhi Kent, and when Parmesh Sharma ji was my teacher, took over the principal charge. I remember it is 20 years back. So throughout the journey, I've been blessed to being associated with AI family, and I have seen all the principles, and I can say that under the wholesome dynamism of all the principles, and currently Dr. Tanya is taking so much of efforts during pandemic for organizing all kind of activities. So let me congratulate whole AI team, and same time I feel apologize that due to my laptop I have to switch to my mobile because my kids were giving their uh, 6 monthly exam of pre-board. So they got some kind of technical issue in that laptop. So the StreamYard which we are using, I will perhaps to be there. So I am sorry that I could not able to switch off the my that camera because this mobile is also not supportive. And I have read Mark Twain way back. He said, "When technology stops, education begins." So I may not be totally agreed with him, but I certainly believe education, you can or you can say the education or the knowledge, you can start even under the banyan tree. It doesn't require so much of resources if you are a able teacher or if you are passion. Passion is most important thing. If unless and until you do not have zeal and enthusiasm, your life is meaningless. So wherever I have done in my capacity in this COVID period, only our enthusiasm, on only our self motivation took us in a front line in all our universities, departments in IP University. We are proudly have our own YouTube channel, which was inaugurated by Rishikesh Senapati ji, who was currently the chairman or director NCRT. And 12th of April itself, when the COVID lockdown started from 23rd of March, we were the pioneer to start this online series of workshops, seminars, webinars, where so many people came and so many luminaries came, including Professor J.S. Rajput, who was also formerly chairman NCRT, our chairperson NIUS, Professor C.B. Sharma ji, and various other Professor Muhammad Akhtar Siddiqui and to luminaries like Professor Namita Ranganathan or Professor S.V.S. Chaudhary, Professor L.C. Singh. We have been guided by many stalwarts in field of education and feel I just bow down in front of them because their knowledge is just like an ocean and we are very small. I have read that somewhere in literature, लघुता ते प्रभुता मिले प्रभुता ते प्रभु दूर और चींटी शक्कर ले चली और हाथी के सर धूल. You have to be very much humble. You have to be very much benign. Laghuta, small, or humbleness, and that's why it is said in our Vedas, Vidya dadati vinayam vinayati patradam. Unless until you do not have that kind of rigor or that kind of humbleness or that kind of aura or that kind of inquisitiveness, that you will learn something, because no ocean, you cannot you cannot go beyond this ocean, because knowledge is infinite and we are just doing our best in the period of resilience. So I feel topic is very meaningful of 1 week FDP, that what are the opportunities, what are the challenges, and how could we do some resilience in this COVID-19 period. And for me, the work is very complicated as well as very easy, both ways, how we can go for educational planning during this period. So though I'm just administrator as a dean, but from the core of the heart, I am as a teacher, and I feel that as a teacher you should be very far sighted, because the job of teacher is not very easy. As Dr. Tanya in his inaugural speech was saying, that ministry has also coined us as a new term of corona warrior, because I've seen that only three persons were war front, they are doing the work. One is the health workers, the doctors, the our nurses, and second one are security persons, those who are managing the lockdown period, are health workers and sanitation workers, and third one the teachers who are unstoppable. They are working round the clock. I've seen that my children's teachers, they were taking so much of pain, even our university teachers working so hard. I'm very delighted that in our first YouTube channel, which was launched after that, we got more than two to 300 video lectures, and it is not in a small kind of amount. 2 to 300 video lectures from all over the affiliated institutions, plus our own other university fellows. And we had also started our Facebook live series and itself in the May 2020 this year. For 3 months we had this continuously daily. We dedicated at least 1 to 2 hours for this exercise, 4 to 6. And our all PhD scholars, our all faculty members, they took this initiative, because it's a teamwork. I could not take the whole pride and I could not take the onus of one thing, because captain is known for the best work has done by the team. So I'm not be the sole owner of this kind of initiative. My whole team took so much of pain. My PhD scholars, my faculty members, the whole hearted work done by you. I have seen that Tanya ji, you, Pratibha ji, you have delivered so many things for us and your whole team. And your AI, all lecturer, all assistant professors have delivered so many beautiful video lectures, and we have uploaded them. And when I got the kind of compliment from our vice chancellor that you are doing a noble job, and as well as various other small students are writing directly mail that, sir, we are getting benefit out of your this noble service. So somehow we feel lucky that we are in Delhi. but as well as we have to be very very focused about all other those are digitally divide. Once I am saying about why we are digitally divide, still we do not have access of technology for everyone. We are in metro cities, we have access to technology, but we do not have access to technology in rural areas.
I think Sir is having some connectivity issue. Might be he'll be joining us soon.
that we are in Delhi, we have all kind of support system, we have all kind of mechanism, we have all kind of people surrounded us. They are working very hard, tirelessly, untirelessly. They are working, but still, I do feel that there are miles to go because we are still a developing nation. We still not are a developed nation. We are still are having problems encountered by this technology. I have seen that the small village children, they do not have even the access of electricity. We are still kind of a state of situation where still we not fully provided that type of opportunity to each and everyone. This is kind of a digital divide that are many of students are from the far reaching places. They have gone in this lockdown to their villages. They do not get that kind of benefit because the internet facilities are not easily available for everything. That's why I've written 4 years back a paper on digital divide, that the data facility or the internet or ICT, which is a revolution of this time, it's a boon, but many of them are not able to afford it, or many of them that accessible also. This is a great tragedy. When India became independent in 1947, we saw the first revolution on called the green revolution. Then VG Kurian has given us the white revolution in the field of all kind of this milk, all other products. And this ICT revolution came, I feel, after 86 policy of NEP. Before this, we do not have this ICT kind of a subject or computer literacy. But now this computerization is so rapid. The computerization is so rapidly is happening that we are not being aloof with this kind of technology, but what we will do with the infrastructure. So we have to create the infrastructure. When Rajiv Gandhi was the prime minister in 1986, he brought Sam Petroda, who was the Indian external service and deployed in US, and he came with this idea, and immediately Rajiv Gandhi requested him to be the secretary of information broadcasting, and that man took so much of pain, and later he became the chairman of National Knowledge Commission in 2007. So we were still I cannot say 200 years behind than developed nation, but we are at least 50 years behind still from the developed nation, because the fundamental need of food, cloth and shelter are not only three needs. A human being having five needs: food, clothes, shelter, as well as education and health. you know Education is incomplete without having accessibility, without having proper infrastructure. So the AI students are very lucky, the IP university students are very very lucky, but every student is not so much of lucky, because unless and until we do not provide the equal opportunities to everyone, which our constitution guarantees the equality of opportunity under article 16 or article 14, which says no discrimination and equality before law. Until and until we not provide, there is no mechanism to say that ourselves to be a developed nation. हम होंगे कामयाब एक दिन, but which day? I'm asking this question in many forums. Are we we have to live for another 100 years. Maybe we may not live for next 100 years. Maybe our children will see that day. But whether we are planning for next 100 years, our visionary president APJ Abdul Kalam in Vision 2020 said India would be a developed nation by 2020. We are living in this 2020. Have we seen that everybody has acquired this right to education? Have everyone has got this right to data, right to internet, or right to food, or right to equality? Still 6.5 billion child laborers are in India. I've worked with Kailash Satyarthi ji also. We have worked in Bachpan Bachao Andolan, and we see that the small, small tea vendors, small, in the child laborers are working in Shiv Kashi, making atish baji, and Firuzabad Bengal making, to Mirzapur Kaleen making, and they not have 14 years, kind of, they could not see their 15th birthday. They would not celebrate their 14th or 15th birthday. They die due to tuberculosis, due to cancer, the lungs defeat. So I feel still education is kind of a luxury in India, and this ICT is a luxury for many of them. So we have to think as a social our obligation also, because in everyone, by birth we have four dads: mothers, fathers, and society. That we used to say matra devo bhav, pitra devo bhav, acharya devo bhav, atiti devo bhav. And this society has one of obligation, which that we have to be repay. And unless and until we are not repaying to our society, we cannot say ourselves to say ourselves is a completely honest human being, or which Veda said manur bhav. We cannot say ourselves to be a manur. We cannot say ourselves to be a true human being unless we are not feeling the pain of others. So we took this initiative to at least to give something back to those who cannot afford the right education by universities. Still, because I feel somehow pain when some student came to us, and every year I generally not for any kind of publicity I am saying with this podium, 2 to 3 student every year I finance. Those do not afford their B.Ed fees, because I am somehow pained that in our university we take 65 to 70,000 rupees because we are working self finance. I still remember Tanya ji and Pratibha ji, when we were doing B.Ed from Central Institute of Education CI, which is a pioneer in Asia. We got only admission and there's only 250 seats. Not time only DU and Jamia are the options in Delhi, and our fees was given just 750 rupees. And that time, even 750 rupees we get a scholarship, and in Ahmed we have 1100 rupees fees. I used to tell my children that if that time fees were so much of hike, and there's so much heavy charges, our parents could not afford to even get that time this education for us. We were the part of that system, that where we have this feeling of others. We were the part of that system when we had got subsidized education. We were the part of that system when our elders fought for us. And that was the time when the mechanism of a scholarship were there. Our teachers paid our fees. My guide, when I was doing PhD and I badly need that time of a job, he said, no, you do not left the PhD program, you do PhD, I'll pay your fees, I'll pay you, but you will not I'll not let you go, because you're a very bright candidate. You have got a gold medal in B.Ed and M.Ed in Delhi University. So then I got my scholarship. I completed my PhD. I was the youngest PhD holder. 37 years I have completed my PhD from CI. So I remember my those teachers. Those have been, I'm worshipped like a god after my parents. That's why Matra Devo Bhav, Pitra Devo Bhav, Acharya Devo Bhav. That is our legacy. But as a education administrator, we should not forget our duty for our student, as our father, as their father and mother. We are their guardians, because they are out of home for 6 to 8 years, 6 to 8 hours daily in normal days. And pandemic time also we are working for them. But at least you should touch them, their heart. You must ask them. This COVID has created so many kind of emotional and personal kind of barrier. What kind of barrier? The student are coming with multiple disorders. They are not coping with the stress. They are not able to share with anyone. I feel this generation is kind of a generation which they are not so much of vocal. This generation doesn't want to share their feelings. I remember in my time we have lot of friends. We do not have always in busy in mobiles and our Twitter and other Instagram. That time that facilities were not there, and we were very fortunate that we earned good friends, and we still this legacy of good friends. Then we share every each and every feeling with our parents. But this COVID has created multiple kind of problem with their emotional anger and their emotional, because 8 to 10 hours when they were out of home they share with their friends. Now they are retaining at home for 24 hours. We are not saying move out, still the situation is not normalized. So we have to work from home. We are working from home only, and we are telling our kids that beta, you do like this, you do that. And there are so many problem of physical, mental, emotional are coming out, and their anguish and their agony and their mental pain is also too much in nowadays. But still I give one kind of a motto and one kind of a thought to my student, to my kind of a student, that you should feel that this shall also be passed. This time will also this will also go. So today when I was reading the newspaper, I was reading a sacred corner. Daily I read the sacred corner in times. There's a very small saying: first and foremost, you should calm yourself. And this has been written by Sri Ravi Shankar. He is a art of living teacher. There is a connection between breath and emotions. When a person becomes angry, the breath becomes short and fast. When your mind is happy, breath is also relaxed. By putting this powerful tool, outgoing breath, to work, you can calm yourself. So the very important lesson is calm yourself. When there is a noise outside, when there is a noise pollution is so high. So what is the message? You should go inside. And Buddha has said for that way only, that you should feel your calmness. Until you are not feeling connection with your breath, and you're not having connection with your emotions, so that is very very important. Then it is easy to become angry, it is very easy to show your anger, but it is very very difficult to tolerate. So when you are relaxed, when you are controlled on your emotions, that is a powerful yoga. That you control your breath, you watch your breath, what is going inside, what is coming outside. Don't control over everything, but just be a spectator. As Lord Krishna has said, be the sthit pragya. What is to be sthit pragya? The sthir pragya or sthit pragya means you be in yourself. You be whatever you are. You just see what is happening. Every day start the morning with 10 to 20 minutes meditation, then increase the duration, and you will feel that this is a superficial word. We all have to leave one day. What deeds will go only with us. So what we have earned, one beautiful couplet I remind here, that has been said कि सभी कुछ हो रहा है इस तरक्की के जमाने में, मगर ये क्या गजब है आदमी इंसान नहीं होता. We are producing technocrat, we are producing scientists, we are producing btechs, mushrooming of btechs in everywhere. But whether we have produced the good human beings, whether we have produced the human beings, as Mahatma Gandhi says, Vaishnav jan to tene je kahiye je peer par ai jane re. Whether we have created that kind of human beings, those are feeling the pain of others. We are preparing kind of a self-centered human beings. Those are thinking for me and myself. Me or myself is the only mantra of success, and by hook and by crook we are getting success. But whether this success is meaningful, no, that success is not at all meaningful. झुकता वही है जिसमें कुछ जान होती है, अकड़ खास मुर्दे की पहचान होती है. तनावर दरख्तों को तूफान झुकाए, घास को देखो खुद को झुक झुक के बचाए. हमें आसमां का नजारा करो, और दुनिया में रहना है तो झुक के गुजारा करो. दैट इज ए ब्यूटीफुल लाइन सेड बाय लामा इकबाल, कि खुदी को कर बुलंद इतना कि हर तदबीर से पहले खुदा बंदे से खुद पूछे, बता तेरी रजा क्या है. आप यू हैव टू डिसाइड कि क्या आपकी रजा है, क्या आपने लाइफ में करना है, किस उद्देश्य से आप इस दुनिया में आए हैं. आप इस 84 लाख योनियों में आने के बाद जब संसार में आते हैं तो आप एक मकसद, एक वजूद के साथ आते हैं। तो अपने को, आप उस वजूद को आपने संभालना है, अपने उस वजूद को सिद्ध करना है। और रोज आपका वजूद आपसे कुछ सवाल करता है, वो वजूद आपसे पूछता है आज आपने क्या नया किया। देखिए बाकी दुनिया में एक जो प्राणी है वो भी जीते हैं और वो भी मरते हैं, उनमें और आप में एक फर्क है कि आप एक सोशल ह्यूमन बीइंग हैं, आप एक सोशल एनिमल हैं। आप में और उनमें फर्क इतना है कि उनके आगे सोशल नहीं लगा, आपके आगे सोशल लगा। यू हैव टू थिंक अबाउट सोशल नॉर्म्स, यू हैव टू थिंक अबाउट सोसाइटी। अगर आप अपने अलावा औरों के बारे में नहीं सोचते तो आप में और उनमें कोई फर्क नहीं रह जाएगा। कि तो किसी ने कहा है कि सूरज नहीं तो दीपक बन के चलता चल और सत्य की राहों पे चलता चल। कि जरूरी नहीं है सूरज बनना, एक दिया भी जला दीजिए तो भी रोशनी आएगी और तिमिर या अंधकार हट जाएगा। लेकिन क्या हम वो दिया जलाने की बात करते हैं? क्या हमारे अध्यापक अपने विद्यार्थियों के अंतस के अंदर उस दिए को, उस प्रकाश को बाहर लाने की बात करते हैं? क्या हम उनको आत्मदीपो भव की बात करते हैं? बी देयर ओन लाइट, बी देयर ओन that dictum ke bhi they be your own light or be your torch light. You can throw the light on others because teacher has to play this role. यही सबसे बड़ी एजुकेशनल प्लानिंग मुझे लगता है। कि मैंने आज कहीं पढ़ा कि our most valuable resources is creativity, communication, invention and reinvention are in fact unlimited. So what is the most important resources for our this future planning? That we have to be creative, and this is a creative time. We have innovated so many things for our students, we have done so many good things for our scholars. We have started with the small activities. We have made a Google group, we have made a kind of a WhatsApp group, and we are chatting, we are asking their question, we are asking via Zoom meetings, we are taking that is a kind of a creativity. When you cannot go out, you have to start like this. So we have planned with a creativity. Everyone is a creator, God is the supreme creator, but his kind of certain element of creativity has bestowed in every human being. Now you have to be very very creative, and this creativity starts from your at end. Yeah, small dish has been made by a dhaba wala, and the same recipe has been made by a five-star kind of a by a cook. We say he's a chef, and we give them the abundance of price whatever they are asking because of their creativity. The same recipe has been made by my mother, and same has been made by my wife. It has been a different kind of connotations by because my mother cooked with a so much of love, so much of kindness, so much of sympathy. Though my wife does it, but there is always a difference of the kind of a creativity element because mother's love is different. Because mothers having kind, that's why we says that mother is the first teacher, matra devo bhav, है ना? So that's why mother has been revered, mother has been worshipped. Lord Shivaji said, if I became a Lord Shivaji because of my mother called Jijabai, because Jijabai taught the basic values of satyagrah to war against the enemy, and he fought whole the life with Aurangzeb. Mahatma Gandhi said, if there could not have been the Putli Bai, world doesn't recognize Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi to Mahatma Gandhi. So mother has been to come out. So that is a very important resource, and this is a future planning. We make our student to be very very creative. They should come with creative ideas, and thanks to technology has abundance of there's no dearth of resources. There are so many channels, there are so many after this invasion of this kind of invention of the social media, everyone is like nowadays to be a or this OTT has been given this new kind of kind of other third word, where I've seen that small actors and actresses, those could not been to film industry due to various reasons of nepotism and all, they are getting so much of benefit about this. But there are some limitations also we needed, with censorship also needed, because creativity doesn't mean violence. Creativity doesn't mean you abuse, you openly to say anything to anyone. So sometime I feel that creativity misuse, but we have to be very very creative. Our children must be creative, we teach them how to use, because every human being is a unique element of God. As Rousseau has said in his book Emile, that child is the book which we have to read word by word. So we have to read our children word by word. They are the beautiful creation of God. They are full of energy. As a teacher, my duty is to channelize their energy. As a teacher, my job to give them, kind of my love and affection. If you give them, your best, the best of the world comes to you automatically. This is the nature's rule. You give your best, and best of the world comes to you automatically. But the subject is, the condition is whether you have given your best. My son says that I got 80%. When I go, no, nothing to be worried. You have given your best, so best of the things will come to you. Why you are worried that you will not get 90 or 95%? If you have given your best and you are best with 80%, that is very, very meaning for me. So that is, yesterday I was reading a biography of Mohandas, so Gopal Krishna Gokhale, who is a political father of Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. In his school days, his teacher has given him some kind of a puzzle, and he solved that puzzle, and the teacher said, okay, this boy will get the prize. And next day when the prize announced, Mohandas Karamchand Gokhale was Gopal Krishna Gokhale was crying, and he said, sir, I have cheated with this that question from the books, and I am not deserving that prize because I have copied from somewhere, and I'm not deserving it. The teacher with full tears, and he wiped the tears of Gopal Krishna Gokhale. He said, you are a true deserver of this prize because you have acknowledged that you have copied from somewhere. So that kind of courage you must inculcate in your children. And that day the world recognized him as a man, as a grand man of Indian freedom struggle. And Mahatma Gandhi considered Gopal Krishna Gokhale ji as his political father. On his request, he came to Pretoria, to India, and he whole life he revered. He gave so much of respect to Gokhale ji, because Gokhale ji has given so much of kind of virtues on Mahatma Gandhi. So the valuable idea and the valuable element is you infuse the creativity on your children, and these are very, very small things. Like we have started Edu Spark. For our small instant, I am just sharing my experience with you. My students saying, sir, we want some creative work also, academic work we are doing. So we have started with Edu Spark. Edu Spark is our e-magazine. We continuously done for last 6 months, and still we are doing with this work. The Edu Spark, in this we got your, I think your student also been contributed in this, their riddles, their poems, their so-called creative persona came out with full vigor. We have given kind of, and their energies was channelized. Some people are writing poems, some of them are writing slogans. So it is kind of a situation they are enjoyed it. So this kind of thing you have to start with your students. So for that you have to start with the idea, because there is saying an idea can change your life. So creativity is basically an idea. And who will take this, who will start, who will take the lead? Who will? The teacher has to take the lead. And your student are not small student, you are teacher trainers, you are teaching to the teachers, and your duty is multiple and manifolds, because the teaching the teacher is the most difficult task you have. That's why the Kothari Commission says destiny of a nation lies in its classroom. You are taking the destiny in your hand. So you must be very, very creative in your ideas. When you are planning for any lecture, you must be very, very creative. Unless until you do not creatively teach, they will feel bored. एक अध्यापक अपनी कक्षा में पहले ही दिन खारिज हो जाता है। ये मेरे अध्यापक ने मुझे कहा था। क्यों खारिज हो जाता है? क्योंकि बच्चों को समझ में आता है कि वो किताबों से अलावा कुछ नहीं जानता। कुछ दिनों पहले एक फिल्म आई थी, जब हम लोग कॉलेज में पढ़ते थे, तो उसका एक गाना था, आई थिंक बाजीगर फिल्म थी। उसमें था, किताबें बहुत ही पढ़ी होंगी तुमने, कहीं कोई तुमने भी चेहरा पढ़ा है। तो मैं ये बात को एक टीचर के नाते मैंने सोचा, तो मैंने लिखा, इसमें बहुत बड़ा फलसफा है, बहुत बड़ी फिलॉसफी है कि किताबें बहुत पढ़ी होंगी तुमने, हम सब ने बहुत किताबें पढ़ी हैं, क्या कमी हमने कोई चेहरा पढ़ा है? क्या कभी किसी स्टूडेंट का चेहरा पढ़ा कि आज वो क्यों उदास है, आज उसके साथ क्या घट गया? एक बहुत अच्छा स्टूडेंट बीटेक छोड़ के फिल्म इंडस्ट्री चला जाता है, सारी पढ़ाई छोड़ देता है और एक दिन अपनी जीवन लीला समाप्त कर देता है। कोई था उसके पास? तो क्यों ऐसा हो गया कि बच्चे अपनी जीवन लीलाएं समाप्त कर देते हैं? क्यों थ्री इडियट टाइप मूवी ये संदेश देती है कि हमें एक्सीलेंस को चेस करना है, सक्सेस झक मार के आएगी? हम ये सब चीजें जानते हैं, उसके बावजूद भी हम बच्चों को फिर क्यों उसी अंधी खाई में फेंक देते हैं, एक एक नंबर के लिए उन्हें प्रताड़ित करते हैं, और जब बच्चे अपनी नसें काटते हैं या अपने को समाप्त करते हैं तो फिर हम डॉक्टर्स की शरण में जाते हैं, हम कहते हैं इसे बचा लो। तो क्यों? क्योंकि टीचर होने के नाते, पेरेंट होने के नाते हमने इतना उनके ऊपर नॉलेज, अपना इतना ज्यादा एस्पिरेशन जो हम खुद नहीं बन पाए, हमने उनसे इतनी उम्मीदें कर ली कि हम ये चाहते हैं वो रातों रात जीनियस बन जाएं। आपको पता है न्यूटन और आइंस्टीन भी स्लो लर्नर्स थे, और उनकी जो स्लो लर्नर थी वो कैपेसिटी, और उस ही वजह से वो आगे बढ़ पाए, क्योंकि उनके टीचर्स, उनके पेरेंट्स ने, और मैंने तो ये कहीं पढ़ा था कि शायद आइंस्टीन की मदर जब उसके स्कूल जाती है, ये शायद आप लोगों ने भी ये मैसेज पढ़ा होगा, तो उसके टीचर उसे कहते हैं कि आप इसे यहाँ से ले जाइए, आपका बच्चा इस स्कूल में पढ़ने के लायक नहीं है। और वो घर आकर के अपने बच्चे को वो लेटर जो उसे मिलता है वो नहीं दिखाती, वो कहती है तुम्हारे लिए वो स्कूल इस लायक नहीं है कि वो तुम्हें पढ़ा पाए, तो उन्होंने कहा कि इतना इंटेलिजेंट बच्चा है, इसको आप कहीं और पढ़ाइए। तो वो अपने बच्चे को किसी और स्कूल में ले जाती है, और उसका बच्चा वहां धीरे धीरे, वो स्पेशल स्कूल होता है जहां उसकी मदद की जाती है, और वो धीरे धीरे अपनी तमाम कमियों से ऊपर निकल करके एक दिन E=mc² का और रिलेटिविटी का पिता बन जाता है। दुनिया उसको आइंस्टीन के नाम से जानती है, जिसको नोबेल प्राइज मिलता है। एक दिन जब वो अलमारी खोल के देखता है तो उस कबर्ड में उसको लेटर मिलता है जिसमें लिखा हुआ था, आपका बेटा बुद्धू है, आपका बेटा इस लायक नहीं है कि वो पढ़ पाए, और इस स्कूल का माहौल वो खराब कर रहा है। तो देखिए कि एक मदर ने किस तरीके से अपने बच्चे को एक अच्छी टीचर बनते हुए संभाल लिया। तो ये तो हमारी सिस्टम की कमी है कि हम वो क्रिएटिविटी उसमें क्यों नहीं जगा पाए। उसी तरीके से ईशान अवस्थी, जिसको आमिर खान राम कुमार निकुंभ बन के तारे जमीन पर उसकी क्रिएटिविटी को दुनिया के सामने लेके आते हैं। तो आपने देखा होगा कि छोटी छोटी सी प्रेरणादायक फिल्में हैं। हम कई बार ये कह देते हैं कि नहीं, फिल्मों में तो सब हो सकता है, ये असल में, ये जिंदगी में नहीं हो सकता। लेकिन मेरे साथियों, मैं आपसे एक सवाल करना चाहता हूँ, फिल्में भी तो समाज का ही आईना होती हैं। फिल्मों का निर्माता कौन होता है? फिल्मों के निर्माता जो होते हैं वो आप और हमारे जैसे लोग ही होते हैं, जिनके जीवन पर फिल्में बनती हैं, और हम उन फिल्मों में कहीं ना कहीं अपना अक्स, अपना वजूद ही तो देखते हैं। हमें कई बार यही तो लगता है कि हाँ, ये तो थोड़ी मेरी जैसी ही कहानी है, इसमें तो शायद मेरा जैसा ही कहीं संघर्ष दिखता है। तो मुझे लगता है द बेस्ट एजुकेशन प्लानिंग इज, वी शुड इनकलकेट, और वी मस्ट kind of enrich the creativity. And believe the second C is the communication. Communication is the, I can see that without having sound communication, without having proper communication in the families, in society, we are losing the best talent. होता क्या है कि कम्युनिकेशन खत्म कर देते हैं और वहीं से सारा विवाद पैदा होता है। आज घरों में कम्युनिकेशन नहीं हो रहा है, कक्षाओं में कम्युनिकेशन नहीं हो रहा है, या कम्युनिकेशन अगर हो भी रहा है तो वन साइडेड हो रहा है। आज हम टीचर जो कम्युनिकेट कर रहे हैं, इस प्रोग्राम में भी हम जो कम्युनिकेट कर रहे हैं, ये भी वो 1% है, वो 99% नहीं है। क्योंकि मैंने शायद ये पढ़ा है कि टीचर तो सिर्फ 20% ही पढ़ाता है, 80% तो उसकी बॉडी लैंग्वेज पढ़ाती है। हम वो बॉडी लैंग्वेज कहाँ देख पा रहे हैं? वो बच्चों के मर्मर, जेस्चर्स, उनकी बॉडी लैंग्वेज नहीं समझ पा रहे। उन्हें क्या समस्या है? उन्होंने भी माइक ऑफ कर लिया, उन्होंने सिर्फ आपको सुना, वीडियो ऑफ कर लिया, वो सुन भी रहे हैं कि नहीं सुन रहे हैं, उनके बाद उन्होंने सिर्फ अपनी अटेंडेंस दे दी। तो ये मिसिंग है। इस पैंडेमिक ने जो सबसे बड़ा लॉस किया वो टीचर का ये किया कि जो कनेक्ट होना चाहिए था वो कनेक्ट खत्म हो गया। तो इस कनेक्ट को पैदा कर सकता है कम्युनिकेशन। वो कम्युनिकेशन तब पैदा हो सकता है जब आप उनसे पूछिए कि उनके दिल में क्या चल रहा है, उनके जज्बात क्या चल रहे हैं, उनको उनको आप एक कम्युनिकेट करके उनको आप बचा सकते हैं, कोई गलत डिसीजन लेने से आप उन्हें रोक सकते हैं। आप उनकी एक जिंदगी में एक छोटी सी आप अपनी अगर वो करें, आपने अगर किसी बच्चे को शटअप करके क्लास में बैठा दिया या आपने बीच में रोक दिया, हो सकता है जिंदगी भर वो सवाल ही ना पूछे। तो मुझे लगता है कि अगर आप कम्युनिकेशन करें और हेल्दी कम्युनिकेशन करें, उसमें बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट होता है कि आप अपने स्टूडेंट की ज्यादा सुने। और मुझे लगता है जब बीएड करने के बाद मेरे टीचर ने मुझसे पूछा कि अब आप में और बीएड करने से पहले क्या अपने में फर्क देखते हैं, तो मैंने कहा सर, पहले शायद मुझे लगता था कि मैं बहुत अच्छा टीचर हूं, अब मुझे लगता है कि मेरे बच्चे बहुत ज्यादा जानते हैं। क्योंकि जब आप बच्चों को सुनना शुरू कर देते हैं, जब आप किताबों की जगह चेहरे पढ़ना शुरू कर देते हैं, आपको बहुत सारे सवालों के जवाब अपने आप मिल जाते हैं। क्योंकि ये जो पीढ़ी है, ये बहुत ही प्रतिभाशाली पीढ़ी है, ये जो पीढ़ी है ये बहुत ही ज्यादा मेहनती पीढ़ी है। लेकिन साथ ही थोड़ी, बस मुझे लगता है कि कहीं ना कहीं इनमें संघर्ष और स्ट्रगल वाला जो वो होना चाहिए एलिमेंट, वो इतना नहीं है, क्योंकि हर चीज इनको इनको रेडीमेड चाहिए। इनको हर चीज जो है जोमेटो और वो फूड पांडा की तरह इंस्टेंट चाहिए। शायद हमारी पीढ़ी ने खपके और बहुत ज्यादा संघर्ष देखे, और शायद देखा कि किस तरह जिंदगी जी जाती है। हमने 18वीं शताब्दी की बुलेट कार्ट से लेकर के मर्सिडीज तक रोड में खट्टे देखी हैं, और इस पीढ़ी को सब कुछ शायद चीजें एक तरीके से ये बॉर्न विद सिल्वर स्पून मैं कह सकता हूँ, क्योंकि इनके पेरेंट्स ने इनको यहाँ तक पहुंचा दिया। लेकिन वे भी देखिए, वो भी बच्चे हैं जिनको यहाँ आने का मौका नहीं मिला, वो इस स्तर पर पहुंच नहीं पाए। तो क्या आप ये नहीं सोचते कि क्या आप कितने लकी हैं? तो आप क्या अपनी क्षमताओं का भरपूर उपयोग करेंगे, समाज के उस हिस्से तक पहुंचने की कोशिश करेंगे जिसके पास अभी वो सब चीजें नहीं है? और उसके बाद मुझे लगता है जो अगली प्लानिंग होनी चाहिए, वो होनी चाहिए इन्वेंशन की। इन्वेंशन बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। जब तक आप इन्वेंट नहीं करेंगे, अब कोई इसके लिए आपको, इन्वेंशन का मतलब कोई मौलिक खोज या कोई फंडामेंटल रिसर्च की बात मैं नहीं कह रहा। आई एम नॉट सेइंग दैट यू गुड गेट द नोबेल ऑन योर ऑन काइंड ऑफ सिचुएशन, बट जिसे भी नोबेल मिला, मलाला यूसुफजई छोटी सी बच्ची को नोबेल मिला, तो उसने क्या किया? उसने देखा कि उसकी जैसी बच्चियों को रोका जाता है, उसने एक डायरी लिखनी शुरू करी, अपनी पीड़ाओं को लिखती थी, और वो उस हालात से लड़ती थी। उसके फादर का और उसके पेरेंट्स का उसे सपोर्ट था, और उस छोटी सी जिंदगी में उसको डर भी था, लेकिन उस डर से आगे वो चली, क्योंकि डर के आगे जीत होती है। और उसने उसी जीत का दामन थामा। उसको मार दिया जाता है, लेकिन उसके बाद वो सौभाग्य से बचती है, और जब वो बच जाती है तो दुनिया की बच्चियों के लिए, एक महिलाओं के लिए, एक स्टूडेंट्स के सामने एक बहुत बड़ा आइकन बन जाती है, और दुनिया उसे यूसुफ मलाला जई से, नोबेल ल्यूरेट यूसुफ मलाला जई कहती है, जिन्हें कैलाश सत्यार्थी जी के साथ 2016 का नोबेल पुरस्कार मिला था। तो वो एक इन्वेंशन थी। उसने अपनी एक पढ़ाई, अपनी इस लिखाई को एक तरह से इन्वेंट किया। आप भी अगर कुछ भी क्रिएट करते हैं, ये एक इन्वेंशन ही तो है। आप एक अच्छी अगर कहीं पोएम पढ़ते हैं, और उसके बाद आप बैठ करके अपनी पोएम लिखते हैं, या अपने बातों को ब्लॉग लिखते हैं, या कोई आप अपना कोई एक अच्छा सा कोई अगर कोई पेंटिंग बनाते हैं, ये आपकी इन्वेंशन है, ये आपकी धरोहर है। तो आप अपनी इस धरोहर को आगे बढ़ाइए। अपने अंदर के चित्रकार को, अपने अंदर के कलाकार को मरने मत दीजिए। किसी ने कहा, नेवर किल ए चाइल्ड एंड नेवर नेवर किल ए मदर विद इन यू। आपके अंदर का जो बच्चा होता है, उसको कभी मत मारिए। हम समय के साथ साथ अपने अंदर के बच्चे को मार देते हैं। हम कहते हैं नहीं नहीं नहीं, अब हम बड़े हो गए, अब हमें हंसना नहीं चाहिए, हमें तो बहुत ही ऐसी शक्ल बना के पढ़ाना चाहिए कि हमें गंभीर लगना चाहिए। जबकि ऐसा जरूरी नहीं है। जो अच्छे टीचर्स होते हैं, फुल ऑफ ह्यूमर होते हैं। अच्छे जो टीचर लोग होते हैं, फुल ऑफ लाइफ होते हैं। और अच्छा किडिश होना और चाइल्डिश होने में बहुत फर्क है। चाइल्ड लाइक और चाइल्डिश होने में बहुत फर्क है। अपने अंदर के बच्चे को मत मारिए, उन्मुक्त होके हंसिए, और अपने अंदर की उस बालपन को, उस इंक्विजिटिवनेस को बनाए रखिए, उस उत्साह को जिंदा रखिए। और अपने अंदर की मदर को मत मारिए का मतलब है, मदर में जो ट्रेट्स होते हैं, करुणा, दया, सिंपैथी, लव, अफेक्शन, वो एक टीचर में भी होने चाहिए। लेकिन कई बार टीचर र्यूड हो जाते हैं, बहुत ज्यादा अथॉरिटेटिव हो जाते हैं, अपने बच्चों से बहुत कुछ एक्सपेक्ट करने लगते हैं, और एक हिटलर वाला इमेज धारण कर लेते हैं। तो मैं यही गुजारिश करूंगा, हिटलर मत बनिए। आपको एक अच्छी मदर अपने अंदर जिंदा रखनी है। और चाहे आप ये सोचें आप मेल टीचर हैं, तब भी आपके अंदर अगर फेमिनाइन गुण रहेंगे तो बहुत जरूरी है। देखिए, भगवान राम के अंदर क्या था? उनके अंदर बहुत फेमिनाइन गुण थे, इसीलिए दुनिया ने उन्हें मन ने भगवान कहा। उनके अंदर दया थी, उनके अंदर करुणा थी, उनके अंदर दूसरों का दुख देखने के बाद आंसू छल छला जाते थे। वो शबरी के भील के भेर खाते थे। उनके अंदर इम्पैथी थी, सिंपैथी थी। और ये दया, करुणा, ये वॉरियर ट्रेट नहीं है। उसके साथ साथ कितना रेयर कॉम्बिनेशन था कि वो इन सब के बावजूद भी एक वीर थे। इसीलिए दुनिया ने उन्हें मर्यादा पुरुषोत्तम कहा, उन्हें भगवान राम कहा। वो दशरथ नंदन थे, तब तक वो उनको दुनिया ने नहीं पूजा। जिस दिन वो वन गमन करते हैं और वो जन जन के राम बन जाते हैं, उस दिन वो भगवान बन जाते हैं। अगर वो राजकुमार रहते तो उतनी पूजा नहीं होती। लेकिन जब वो वन में गए, उन्होंने भीलों, आदिवासियों, वंचितों के आंसू पोंछे, उन्होंने मल्लाहों को गले लगाया, उन्होंने भीलों को गले लगाया, उन्होंने पशुओं को खड़ा करके, वानरों को खड़ा करके उनको गले लगाया, उनकी टीम बनाई। तो उनके लिए देखिए, वो सभी वन के वो सभी प्राणी, वो सभी के सभी आ जाते हैं और आगे, और वो अपनी जान की भी बाजी लगा देता है जटायु, जिसको अपने पिता के समान मान के उसका अंतिम संस्कार करते हैं। तो ये देखिए वो राम की शक्ति ही होती है कि वो बेजुबानों के अंदर भी जान डाल देते हैं। तो ये एक तरीके की क्या है, ये हमारे अंदर का वो इन्वेंशन है जो हमें ये रामचरितमानस हमें सिखाती है, जो इतने वर्षों से त्रेता के बावजूद भी आज हम पढ़ते हैं। वो हमें ये बताती है कि भगवान के अंदर वो सब गुण थे जो इंसानों में भी हैं, लेकिन हम कब अपने अंदर के राम को मार के रावण के गुणों को अपने अंदर आत्मा प्रेरित कर लेते हैं, हम कब उनका अवलंबन कर लेते हैं, हमें पता ही नहीं चलता। और मुझे लगता है इन्वेंशन और उसके बाद है री इन्वेंशन। आपने इन्वेंट किया, आपने वहीं तक सोचा, आप उसको री इन्वेंट कीजिए। जो आपने किया है आप उसे टेस्ट कीजिए। और हम कहते हैं ना, हम अपने यहाँ पर कई बार माइक्रो टीचिंग भी कराते हैं, हम टेस्ट के बाद रीटेस्ट भी कराते हैं। तो टेस्ट करिए, टेस्ट के बाद रीटेस्ट करिए। जो आपने सीखा है आप उसे टेस्ट करें और उसके बाद आप उसको दोबारा रीटेस्ट करें। जो कमियां रह गई हैं वो इनकॉर्पोरेट करें, उन्हें दूर करें, और अपनी कमियों को सुनने के लिए हमेशा सजग रहिए। क्योंकि महात्मा गांधी कहते थे, माई एनिमीज और माई क्रिटिक्स आर माई बेस्ट फ्रेंड, कि हुजूम गम मेरी शख्सियत बदल सकते नहीं, मैं क्या करूं मेरी आदत है मुस्कुराने की। क्योंकि जो आपके क्रिटिक्स होते हैं वो आपके गमों को बढ़ाने का काम करते हैं, लेकिन आप अपने इन हुजूम के गमों में भी मुस्कुराएंगे तो बहुत आसानी से वो परास्त हो सकते हैं। और अपना क्रिटिसिज्म सुनना बहुत जरूरी है, क्योंकि आपके आलोचक ही आपके परम मित्र होते हैं। आप अपने अंदर सुधार लाएंगे तभी जब आप अपनी आलोचना, और जितना जीवन में आगे जाएंगे उतनी आलोचना के शिकार बनेंगे। ठीक है? तो मुझे लगता है कि इन्वेंट से अधिक है री इन्वेंट करना। तो ऐसा री इन्वेंशन टीचर रोज कर सकता है। और ये तमाम चीजें हैं, एक एबल प्रशासक, एक एक एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर, एक एजुकेशनल प्लानर वही है जो इन तमाम चीजों को इस पैंडेमिक के टाइम में भी जिंदा रखता है। उनमें मुझे लगता है कि बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है कि आप डायलॉग को कभी खत्म ना करें, और इसके लिए कम्युनिकेशन बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। इसके अलावा क्रिएटिविटी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। इन्वेंशन और री इन्वेंशन बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। और उसके बाद आप अनलिमिटेड तरीके से, आप अगर आपके पास इतना कुछ आज एक्सप्लोजन ऑफ नॉलेज हो चुका है, ज्ञान का इतना विस्फोट हो गया है, कोठारी कमीशन भी कहता है कि इतना ज्ञान का विस्फोट, नॉलेज एक्सप्लोजन हो गया है कि हमें हर तरफ से नॉलेज मिल रही है। अनो भद्र कृत तो यंतु विश्व था, ये ऋग्वेद ने इतने साल, हजारों साल पहले कहा हुआ है कि नॉलेज हर तरफ से मिलती है, लेकिन आप उस नॉलेज को परख के फिर इस्तेमाल कीजिए। अपने अपने अंदर वो इतना आपको वो लाना है, गुण पैदा करना है कि उस ज्ञान को जो आपने सीखा उसको परखना बहुत जरूरी है। किसी ने कहा है कि पानी पीजिए छान के, कबीर साहब कहते हैं गुरु बनाइए जान के। आप पानी तो बहुत तरह का आ रहा है, लेकिन आप उसे फिल्टर करके पीते हैं, नहीं तो वो बीमार कर देगा। उसी प्रकार ज्ञान तो बहुत प्रकार का आ रहा है, लेकिन कौन सा ज्ञान आ रहा है? क्या वो ज्ञान अधकचरा ज्ञान है? क्या वो ज्ञान आपके लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है? किसी ने कहा है कि अधजल गगरी छलकत जाए। जिस पे ज्ञान थोड़ा होगा वो बहुत दिखाने की कोशिश करेगा, लेकिन जिसके अंदर ज्ञान से जो भरा होगा, हमारे सुभाषितानी में कहते हैं कि जिसके अंदर ज्ञान होगा वो ज्ञान से परिपूर्ण होगा, वो उस लदे हुए वृक्ष की तरह होगा, जो कि जिसके बारे में कहा गया है, नमंती गुणिनो जनाना नमंती फलिनो वृक्षा दुष्टस्य शुष्कस्य न नमंती कदाचन। जो गुणवान मनुष्य होंगे वो हमेशा लदे हुए वृक्षों की तरह होंगे फलों से, जो हमेशा झुके हुए मिलेंगे। और जो ठूठ होगा वो वो और जो अज्ञानी पुरुष होगा वो ठूठ के समान होगा, जो हमेशा तनावा मिलेगा, जो टकराएगा। तो अपने अंदर आप ज्ञान को लाइए, और ज्ञान एक ऐसी चीज है जो असीमित है, अपरिमित।
I believe sir is having some connectivity issues. He'll be joining with us soon. Dear participants, till that time, if you have any queries, you can mention
तक
in the
का
chat
समय
box
दिया गया था, तो
in the
अगले
YouTube.
6 मिनट, प्रतिभा जी मेरी आवाज पहुंच पा रही है? तो अब
Yes,
हम
sir.
अगले 6 मिनट कुछ सवालों को ले लेते हैं और कुछ मैं जवाब अपनी अल्प बुद्धि से देने का प्रयास करता हूं। कि विद्यार्थी अगर कोई हो और कुछ सवाल पूछना चाहें तो आई विल बी इंडीड ऑब्लाइज दैट वी मस्ट हैव द डायलॉग हियर। अब ये चल पड़ा है थोड़ा, अभी मुझे लगा चला था ये।
Yes, sir.
प्रतिभा जी, आप क्या मुझे सुन पा रही हैं?
यस सर, यस सर। सर आप सुन पा रहे हैं इधर से आवाज? हेलो सर, आपको आवाज आ रही है? I think sir has lost his connectivity. He'll just join us soon.
Good afternoon, everyone. I think Sir has lost connectivity. I hope all the participants are enjoying the session. Sir will
Yeah,
just be
I am
back.
back.
And in
I'm
case
back.
you, yes, sir.
My voice
Yes,
was
sir.
coming.
So please,
Tanya ji, was I audible? My message was
uh,
clear and loud. It has went well or not? I don't know.
sir, last 2-3 minutes we could not hear you, sir.
Okay, okay.
Last two
I'm
three
just
minutes.
saying I'm winding up.
So
I'm
please
winding up.
request you to
Yeah,
continue.
yeah, yeah. Because it is so many glitches are coming. I could not able to sustain my this video so much. So I think in between I just say that now I take some of the questions if participant would like to ask, because otherwise it would be just one way communication.
Yes, sir.
Sure, sir. Sure. Miss Pratibha, there are some
Yes, ma'am.
questions
I'm
which are in
taking.
the chat box.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Please take them up.
Sir, am I audible?
Yes.
Right, sir. Right, sir. Sir, the first question is from Miss Neelam Anand. How can we include mindfulness in remote learning? Will it help children? Sir, I am repeating the question. How can we include mindfulness in remote learning? Will it help children?
Yes. Hello. Yes.
Yes,
It is a
sir.
very important question. It is a very, very important question that how could we provide mindfulness, or especially to the remote children, because I don't feel that mindfulness can be started in a single instance or by single human being. Mindfulness is an activity which needs lot of preparation and needs lot of exercises. When Kiran Bedi ji was the Director General of Tihad, she has started this mindfulness with the inmates, and it has kind of the extraordinary results. The inmates were giving this kind of exercise of vipassana, which is a Buddhist technique, and mindfulness. The inmates was benefited, and they got mental relaxation. So I believe that mindfulness, the activity which gives you lot of kind of peace, inner calmness. So you can start, and gradually you can develop this mindfulness to your student, and you, wherever you are, you can connect it through your mobiles. You cannot even go through any kind of Zoom meeting. Via mobile simple call even you can tell your student, or video call. There are some basic principle of mindfulness which we have full, I think, workshop on it, and we can take that workshop at what are the basic elements of mindfulness, what are the prerequisites for the mindfulness. But it is very direly needed in current scenario. So I believe that every teacher must have this ability to kind of I'm not saying the control, Because teacher education, we could not give training, we educate them. So mindfulness is kind of an education, it is not a training. And when we give this kind of education to the student, they do well in their future course of action, they do well in their teaching, they do well in their classroom. So I believe that mindfulness is a great thing. Thank you very much for asking this question.
Sir, the next question is, thank you so much, sir. The next question is from Miss Bhavna Sharma. How to make our young generation more emphatic to get rid of me, myself attitude?
Okay, can you repeat the question again, Pratibha?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How to make our young generation more emphatic to get rid of me, myself attitude?
Wonderful question. Who has asked this question, Pratibha ji?
Miss Bhavna Sharma.
भावना जी, पहले तो शुक्रिया, बहुत अच्छा क्वेश्चन पूछा. हाउ टू बी वेरी वेरी empathetic. Unless until teacher is not empathetic, if teacher or any human being in this world, I feel that if you're not feeling the pain of my neighbor and not feeling, or maybe you went to Mars, to Jupiter, all your success in vain. सब मैं I said कि I have read somewhere कि अगर इंसान को इंसान से मोहब्बत हो जाती, ये दुनिया जो जहन्नुम है जन्नत हो जाती. अगर इंसान को इंसान से मोहब्बत हो जाती, ये दुनिया जो जहन्नुम है जन्नत हो जाती. The basic thing is that we made it hell. Why we made it hell? Because everybody is not happy with their own things. We are unhappy whatever the luxuries have been got by our friend or our family, other members or my neighbor. This is the question कि हम अपने सुख से उतना सुखी नहीं है जितना दूसरों के सुख से दुखी हैं. और ये तभी होता है जब हम अपने अंदर की एम्पैथी को खत्म कर देते हैं. जब तक अपने अंदर की संवेदनशीलता या एम्पैथी को हम नहीं जगाएंगे, द वेनस एंड अंटिल वी नॉट अरोज दिस काइंड ऑफ एम्पैथी, व्हाई द स्टूडेंट आर नॉट हैविंग टेकिंग माय क्लास. आई आस्क दिस क्वेश्चन daily to my student that four of you are not in my online class, so they can give me answer on there also, or I can give them freedom, they can call me later. Because somehow if I embarrass them in between of the class, and generally we do it, and some of the teachers I have seen that they do it in front of the whole class, they scold the student that why have you done this, so why you should do it. So do's and don'ts are very easy, but at least we should know the pain of others. Wearer knows the where his shoe is pinching, so we should know what is the pain of our student. That's why empathy comes through sanskars. It cannot be imbibed in daily. I cannot infuse with an injection that you take this vaccine and you get the empathy from Delhi onwards, you will be an empathetic human being. No, it is called inculturation. It is a gradual process, and it comes through, from the womb of the mother itself. Abhimanyu got the whole kind of lesson from the womb of the mother itself. So it has been proven by the science that the DNA which we are taking from our forefathers, it travels. So I cannot change that DNA, but education is basically it's a process of refining of your behavior. Education is modification of your behavior. If you are so called educated, your behavior will be modified. You should know how to behave in such certain situation and what is the answer of that particular situation. So that's why empathy is a great element. Empathy is a great medicine. Empathy, I feel that without empathy I cannot survive. Without empathy I cannot imagine an idea of a teacher. So better to have be empathetic in your all of your life, then you will feel the word is very very well for you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. With your permission, can I take one more question, sir?
Yes, no problem, please take.
Okay, sir. Sir, the question is from Shobha Methwani. How important is listening in communication?
How important listening?
In communication.
The answer itself in the question, Shweta Medwani, yeah, you have answered in your question itself. It is self-explanatory. It does not require any kind of clarification from my side. And I feel that you are a very learned, so you have asked this question. It is very important. to listen in communication. What is lacking nowadays? We stop listening. We stopped listening others, and we talk so much that we even don't listen our heart. And our heart touch our heart and soul tells you, once you are doing any kind of wrong thing, the first kind of a warning comes from the heart only. No, don't do this, it is wrong, this is not good. But what we are the we just ignore our soul. We do not listen our heart. If we start listening our heart, our problem will be solved then and there only. The problem starts from the very problem starts when we stop listening others. Maybe they have valid point. In Jainism there is a theory of called anekantvad, and this theory of anekantvad, Shvedvad and Anekantvad are the two philosophies of Jainism. If you read Jainism in detail, they have Shamavani Parv. Every year, Paryushan days, there was a Shamavani. My guide was a Jain, so I am half Jain. Under his able guidance, I'm not got my PhD degree, but I attained kind of virtues which he had. And every year when the Shama Vani Parv came, he used to say, I'm sorry from my all the deeds or mistakes if I have be so I have not if I have done with you, if I was wrong with you. So so he will not. Sorry, there was some glitch. So he used to say me, I am so sorry, Dhananjay, I have done wrong with you. So I always feel bad. Why a 65 years old professor is saying sorry to me and use his folded hands? I was very embarrassed and I touched his feet. Sir, no, say sorry. But he said, no, this is in our legacy. It is in our religious scripts that there is nothing wrong to say sorry to our juniors, to our children, to our spouse, to our mother, to our anyone. So this taught me so much that maybe without somewhere knowing, we hurt so many people. Without knowingly we done so many sins daily. We are walking on a park, we have done so many sins with the small germs. Those have taken, we killed them, the small ants, and we just go through on the path and we do not care. So you see that the Jain munis, they do not wear even the shoes, and they are naked because they feel that the whole universe is their whole family. So we belongs to that country where we find God into statues. So this is the lesson that the we must listen first others, and if we listen others, there are so many problem will resolve automatically. So the question is very nice, and I feel that this listening should start, and you start the listening when you give the time to your inner self, when you silently watch the chirping of the birds in the morning, when you listen and when you see the winds are blowing, and when you see that how sun is coming and sun is taking rest. So you start to see the gauging the sky, and when you there are so many nature has taught us, and silently nature is working, nature is listening. So that must be not in any curriculum, but we have to imbibe all these things, and you have to listen your student first, then only you can be a good teacher. That is in nutshell. So I must thank you for asking this question. Over to Pratibha.
Sir, I'll take the next question. I think Miss Pratibha Garg, she's just lost connection.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
next question, sir, is from Jyoti Sharma ji, who asks, sir, my question to you is how to make theoretical courses creative? How to make theoretical courses creative? Yeah, I think sir has just lost connection. There seems to be some technical hitch from
There
sir's
is a,
friend.
there is a technical glitch, so it's
No,
problem
no
is
issue, sir.
not a problem. Yeah, it is a very important question you have asked, Jyoti Sharma ji. Again, can you repeat the question, Dr.
Yes,
Tanya?
sir. Yes, sir. Jyoti Sharma ji is asking, sir, how to make theoretical courses creative.
Hello, yeah, I am able to. Hello, I'm audible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hello. This is a very important question that how to make theoretical classes more interesting. It basically depends to person. It is not to you and not to me. It is basically our perception. Then you can make. I'm a history teacher, and sometimes I feel that history can be more interesting. It is up to you to teach history in a better manner. It If you teach from your anecdotes, you just inculcate some illustrations. You can make any subject, even no subject called be a boring subject. Some people used to say philosophy or psychology is very boring. I used to say in my time, history geography badi bewafa, raat ko yaad kiya din ko safa. So still I feel that this history and geography kind of a boring subject, but it is in education. We used to say the subjects are not boring. It is the teachers those are boring. So we made our subject interesting. We made our subject into a life kind of a thing or lively. It depends on how to make the subject more and more interesting. You have to be to be very very versatile. Unless and until teachers are not versatile, you make the things are out of the mind. And I believe that the teacher whom I have been throughout my journey in education, I met them and they made the things are so interesting. And that's why it is a duty of every teacher to make the subject interesting. Otherwise every subject will be boring and our student will complain. But if you take as a challenge, and the challenge is making the subject is more and more relevant, and for that you have to be well read. You made a kind of a preparation, and well read means not only your subject, you should also know other subjects also in not in a full manner, but try to take the advantages of other kind of subject that they will have, because it's a theory of integration. For teaching of physics, you must know what is the mathematics and what are the basic perception of chemistry. For teaching history, you should also be versatile to know what is geography and what is economics and what is political science. So it doesn't mean that I say that I am a good teacher and I should know only my subject. No, in this era you should be versatile. That's why we said jack of all trade but master of none. So I believe that we should be little be the student of every subject and try to get more and some specific knowledge of every subject. And it is best way that if you do not know, you say sorry beta, I will answer the class next time, and use different methodology. There are so many methods are available nowadays. You cannot, you approach the blended learning approach, and you should approach the reflective practices in your classrooms, and you could be a successful teacher. But for that I again say कि रसरी आवत जात है और सिल पर परत निशान और करत करत अभ्यास के जड़मती होत सुजान. तो आप कर सकती हैं. आप ये कार्य बहुत आसान नहीं है, लेकिन अगर आप कोशिश करें तो आप जो है आसमान पर भी पहुंच सकते हैं. किसी शायर ने कहा है कि कैसे आसमां पर सुराख नहीं हो सकता, एक पत्थर तो तबीयत से उछालो जरा. तो आप आसमान तक पे सुराख कर सकती हैं. एक टीचर क्या होता है, उसकी ताकत को अगर समझना हो तो आप स्वामी विवेकानंद को पढ़िएगा. उनके नेत्रहीन थे, उनके टीचर ब्लाइंड थे. रामकृष्ण परमहंस जी को दिखता नहीं था, और अपने एक ब्लाइंड टीचर को उन्होंने दुनिया में इतना महान बना दिया कि विश्व के हर कोने में रामकृष्ण मठ है. तो जब आपको एक ऐसा अध्यापक मिल जाता है जो आपके ज्योति जी आपके अंदर की ज्योति को जला देगा, तो आप एक अच्छी अध्यापिका बन जाएंगे. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. थैंक यू वेरी मच.
Thank you, sir.
जी
Can we
धन्यवाद.
have one more question, sir?
अगर कोई हो तो पूछिए, नहीं तो आप बताएं. आज आपका सेशन मेरे ख्याल से
हाँ,
मेरे को
right.
3:30 बजे दूसरी मीटिंग के लिए लॉग इन करना है. तो आप अगर आप
Sir,
15 मिनट
last
है अभी मेरे पास,
question.
अगर एक आध कोई सवाल हो तो कर सकते हैं.
Right, sir. Right, sir. Sir, this question is from Mrs. Mamta Singh from APS Amritsar. She has asked, how can we communicate well like two-way communication, how is it possible with our students in this COVID-19 situation when we are taking online classes only for 40 to 50 minutes?
Mamta ji, Sawal, the question is very, very pertaining and very, very kind of a contemporary, and it is rightly said 40 to 50 minutes class. Two-way communication is not possible. So that's why I am saying it is a challenge for us because we are not used to take online classes. And throughout my life, I have not been so much, I have not been versatile, and I'm sorry to say that we have not learned even the online teaching ABCD, and this pandemic has taught us about the abcd of this online time. So in 40 to 50 minutes one way communication is possible, but like we do 30 minutes we talk and rest 40 15 minutes we give the opportunity to children, so at least they must write on comment box and we answer their questions. So that is the only way, and one day you can dedicatedly say that children, you please ask the question. That day I'll not uh, tell you or I'll not teach you next anything. And as a recap, every day you can do it, that at least 10 minutes or 15 minutes you allocate to your student. That would be, I think, great way to help the student. Thank you very much. Ji Pratibha ji.
Sir, I will like to take one combined question which is come from 3-4 participants. I will try to take it together in
Ji
one
Tanya ji.
question, sir. There is a question, Hanji, there is a question from Anjali Singh ji, और एक प्रश्न सर पुष्पा खंडपाल जी
हाँ
की तरफ से है, और एक क्वेश्चन संगीता सेकरी जी की तरफ से है. 3
जी
लोग हैं सर. इनका प्रश्न एक ही चीज पर केंद्रित है कि how to introduce in our teaching learning self esteem, how to build self esteem of our students, and how to inculcate values in our students collaboratively as teachers, parents, and involving the child.
मैं पहले तो तीनों देवियों को प्रणाम करना चाहता हूं क्योंकि इन्होंने मर्म पर हाथ रख दिया है. आई दे हैव टच द सोल ऑफ द होल deliberations. I feel I'm so glad that at least this question has been asked in this FDP first inaugural day, because this is the gist of my whole life, that how to inculcate values among students, because we are lacking this only. Because of this for this only we are working and we are taking our wages from the government. And I feel that every teacher should be a role model for the student, and it starts from the basically values are not taught, it is a matter of caught. And Aurobindo has already said in his book Mother Divine that nothing can be taught. You cannot teach anyone. That is that every child is a unique creation of God. You can only share your thought. So that starts from, I have already narrated in my earlier my this speech, that values start from the family itself. And when we born in a family, there are certain kind of traditions we follow. We follow certain kind of rituals. Then honesty and truth and certain elements are not available in any books. Basically it is a matter of practicing. So when there is so much of crisis nowadays, and then you see that the people are indulging in so many crimes, and I am so much sorry that big families and they do not teach the basic lesson to their children, to how to drive even. And you see that Delhi becomes a rape capital and feel shameful for that. What kind of message we are giving to the whole world? On 9 days we say yatra naryastu pujyante ramante tetra devata, or we say that nari tum narayani. And what we are doing with the small girls in a small town so called Hathras too, and we feel so much shameful. And why it is happening? Because who will take this onus? Who will take the onus must be taken by the society. Teacher is not only responsible, it is a matter of our combined concern. We have to teach our sons, we have to teach that they should be how to the gender perspective should be in our curriculum, and it must be a part of curriculum, and it must be compulsory. And that way we have to start the moral education. I cannot say indoctrination, I am saying about teaching. And we should start from this lesson from our society even. And there must be stringent laws also, because only preaching will not work. And this values has to be part of the curriculum. And value based education means spiritual education. It means not only a subject specific teacher. Some people used to say that I am a math teacher, I could not teach value. No, every teacher is a value education teacher. You start sermonizing, you start with the preaching, you start with small stories. And that way the this gender kind of gender mobility or gender empowerment will come. And I feel that that should start from the family itself. And to respect the both the genders, not only female or male also, some have been harassed. And in recent some studies have been shown that. But you have to make a society where everybody should be hale and hearty. Sarve bhavantu sukhina, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyanti, ma kashchid dukh bhag bhavet. This is our prime mantra, that we should live peacefully. We can make the world peaceful. And for that we have to still travel a lot. And this question is the soul of this I think whole deliberation. Thank you very much for asking this question, Tanya.
Sir, with your permission, I'll just take one last question. That
Yeah,
is asked by Ms.
it should be
Kanta.
last only, because
Yes, sir. Yes,
I
sir.
had to
Definitely.
attend another way, and the battery is
Definitely.
going to down
Definitely, sir.
anytime.
Yes, sir.
Please, please.
Definitely, sir. Definitely, sir.
Yeah.
The new online practices, what can be the new online practices started, especially with primary kids to calm them, especially in the present scenario, and how to handle the stressful students? This is
This is a
asked
very
by
very
Rekha Jaikumar, Ms. Kanta
Rekha ji,
Ratnam.
dhanyawad, namaskar. Thank you for asking. There are so many ways nowadays. You can first of all, in this pandemic has taught us everyone to be a actor, dancer, producer, and all kind of thing. Teacher has to do it. I am saying actor. I know that I have seen that, but my student, those are teaching to the schools. They are saying, sir, how to help the student. So I just tell them, you make small videos. There are, you can use your mobile as a tool of the best teaching aid is your mobile phone. You can prepare a small videos for small kids, and you can, give them as a task, and they can watch your videos. They can any story you can narrate, and that can be broadcasted to your student, and they can learn it. And puzzles you can made through the online way. And they can also make their small slogans, stories, dances, and they can send you. That is the way that we can reciprocate them. And YouTube has plenty of materials available. You can start with YouTube channel. You can start with all kind of this work. I feel that that is the only way that teacher has to adopt the new kind of mechanism. And we should ready for next 100 years, because the pandemic may come again. Because this pandemic is still having just 6 or 7 months, it will last for next 1 to 2 years. So the new type of mechanism has to be taken care. And you make Google groups also, you can through WhatsApp videos also. And there are so many ways that teacher has to adopt. And I feel that
I think Sir has lost his connectivity. Might be he'll be joining soon with us. The connectivity is poor that side actually.
No issues, ma'am. I think Sir will join. We can at least express him our vote of thanks, and then we'll conclude the session.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, should we wait for Sarna for 1 2 minutes? I think he'll be joining.
Ma'am, he has a scheduled meeting at 3:30 at the department. You can
Yes,
just try once, otherwise we can conclude, ma'am.
right, ma'am. I think as sir was mentioning, might be his connectivity as well as the battery issue is also there because sir का phone भी नहीं लग पा रहा है.
No
That is
issues,
what.
ma'am. Please continue. Please continue, ma'am.
On behalf of whole AI family, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to our esteemed, ma'am, just a second. Hello. Ma'am, the same thing sir is telling. Sir has conveyed his regrets and has conveyed regards to you and many thanks. So I'll just continue with the session. On behalf of whole AI family, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to our esteemed guest, Professor Dr. Dhananjay Joshi, sir, for accepting our invitation and taking out time from his busy schedule. I am highly grateful to you, sir, for enlightening our participants with such thought provoking address. I am sure that all of you will find it beneficial in today's perspective when we all are facing this challenging time. I am thanking my honorable principal, Dr. Tanya Gupta, for her constant support and step by step guidance for the whole workshop. I would also like to thank to all the esteemed participants for joining us in this online 1 week faculty development program. Last but not the least, I would like to convey my sincere thanks to our technical support, Mr. Manoj Kumar, to make this event successful. A great vision is like a national anthem. It has the power to pull together, emotionally connect, and inspire great things. I request all of you to please get ready for the national anthem. Over to you, Manoj sir.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Thank you, everyone, for another interesting session. Kindly join us tomorrow at the same time. The session will be on enhancing resilience, resourcefulness, and innovation in remote teaching and learning. Looking forward to welcome you all again tomorrow. Thank you, everyone.